5 years ago, Sport Ireland committed to a new research-backed women in sport policy. Under the 4 pillars of leadership and governance, coaching and officiating, visibility and active participation, it introduced a range of funding supports for developing opportunities for women across sports in Ireland. On behalf of Canoeing Ireland, I'm going to share with you our story embracing this policy and 3 lessons we learned that you can apply at home. In response to the new policy, the team at Canoeing Ireland did 3 things. Firstly, we listened. We started gathering data by checking our membership database, collecting statistics from our clubs and committees, and listening to our members' experiences. By doing this, we learned that there were hundreds of incredible women, but they were separated across region, discipline, and the level of skill at which they would take part. They were so often operating alone as the only woman in their space. Secondly, we connected people. We saw a need and an opportunity to bridge the gap between women. To do that, we would create a space where there would be no hierarchy or division across region, discipline, or skill, and where women could connect, network, and share experiences. We applied for funding to run an ambassador programme for 30 women. It would provide leadership and mentorship training as an area of common interest. It would focus on them implementing local projects guided by the Women in Sport policy. And thirdly, we branded the programme. We called it Bridge the Gap. We made sure all our ambassadors and their projects were united under this common name and cause. We supported them in every way we could. Sometimes that was helping promote their events, providing necessary training, or simply making introductions. With Bridge the Gap, we held them to a standard of excellence which we could promote at a national level, increasing visibility. That was our plan, and here is what happened. Our first Bridge the Gap programme ran in 2019. To find the right people, we reached out to our regions and disciplines for nominations. We shared our vision, invited them to be ambassadors for women in sport. They said yes. We saw that our ambassadors were able to bond through common values like community, equality, and compassion. And using their diverse strengths and interests, they delivered on projects which reached women all across Ireland. Some examples include Teen Connect, an initiative to improve the quality of experiences in paddle sports for teenage girls. Her Paddle Journey, a nationwide event including over 1,700 women in any discipline. This was a part of Sport Ireland's campaign, Her Outdoors Week. Other projects saw training courses and coaching clinics reaching over 1,000 women in the first 2 years. Because of its success, we ran the ambassador programme again. The second time, we made some changes. Expanding on the pilot, we embraced an open application process. 14 women from that first group stayed involved and became mentors for the new 30 ambassadors. This became an extension of the programme, and we named it Meant Hers. The projects resulting from the new ambassador intake included an expanded version of Teen Connect, adding leadership training for teen girls and enhancing the quality of female leaders coming up through our sport. Monthly Bridge the Gap meetups, covering various disciplines and regions for all female members to join. And more diverse outreach, including Ladies Who Launch, a programme developed specifically for women with a cancer diagnosis. There were many more projects. I assure you they made a difference, and paddle sports in Ireland has changed. Let's take a look at some figures. Our female membership numbers have increased from 34% in 2019 to 40% today. We've seen an increase in the number of women becoming instructors annually from 27% when we started to 35% in 2022. We've seen an increase in the number of women on our board of directors from 22% when we started to 45% today. And Canoeing Ireland has its first female president, Linda Byron. Governance is an important topic, and we would like to draw special attention to it. Part of Sport Ireland's Women in Sport policy is to hold its sport federations accountable. If we don't have gender balance at board level, we are not setting the right example, and it may impact on our funding support. Over the 4 years, Bridge the Gap has fostered a network of women who gained experiences with national initiatives and formed a support network. We now had a network of women who felt comfortable and supported to put themselves forward for election. All the women currently sitting on our board have been ambassadors through this programme, and these incredible women were always there. The programme had simply surfaced them and bridged the gap between them. Our board now benefits from their proven ability to create buy-in and deliver on necessary change, and their unique connection to our growing membership. Our board is now better equipped than it's ever been. It's elevated the sport. We said we would share some lessons with you, and here they are. Canoeing Ireland is still driving new projects, and we have a long way to go. We don't have all the answers, but we think these questions are important for you to ask yourself. The first question to ask is, how can I listen? Start collecting data. Our numbers were low at the start, but they helped us to identify problems and helped us to argue for change and to secure funding. Listen to what your membership are saying. Our projects are a response to our data. What works for you will depend on your data. The second question I recommend you ask yourself is, who can I connect? Find out who the leaders in your sport are. Think about how you can connect these people and encourage collaboration. The last question I will leave you with is, what can you do in your community? Think about what change you can make as an individual, a group, or an organisation. Don't focus on the past, instead, focus on how your community can make things better. We were fortunate to have the backing of policy and funding opportunities, and that helped us to move quickly. But what mattered most was the volunteers and the network. 5 years ago, Sport Ireland made a change with their policy. And that is the story of how we reacted to it. By listening, connecting people, and establishing a brand. We saw a wide range of projects across the nation and a real impact in our membership and our governance. Our vision is gender balance at all skill levels in paddle sports.